And the Longhorns will put total leather and we'll get started. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Offense in a bunch formation. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up. You can't help but think back to last year, Jesse, when Oklahoma figured out a way to win that close game.
And Reese, Texas has been reminded every day this past year about losing that game close, too. So you knew, David, coming out in this one, they were going to be amped up and ready to roll.
And you know the juices are flowing early in the game. Like, this is not a friendly rivalry. OU doesn't like Texas. Texas doesn't like OU.
Gets it out to the 40-yard line. Give him 5 on that one. There's always been a lot of flash and sizzle to the Oklahoma offense, but it's built on being tough.
Yeah, and especially the great teams. The great teams that you think about in Oklahoma past, the ones that were in the national championship or in the playoff, those are teams that can run the football, be physical. It all started there.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. They're going to ride this running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. A lot of chapters in this rivalry. They've been in different conferences. They've been in the same conference. And now they're going to the SEC to elevate this feud.
And I feel like it just takes rivalry games in the SEC to a whole new level. Right? When you think about Texas and Oklahoma, you think about past Heisman Trophy winners and national championships. And now, David, you're adding that to Florida, Georgia, Alabama, LSU. It's just an entirely different level now.
And it's just fun to watch rivalries in college football. And we've lost a lot of them with expansion. This one we get to keep. I love that they're both going to the SEC. They're going to play each other a bunch. We're going to still have this Red River rivalry that gets so many people excited. It's an unbelievable event. We've been there for game day a bunch. It is absolutely crazy.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Motion from the offense. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Ball in the air. Intercepted.
Why was that lineman so fast? I just knew I was about to shoot through that gap.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball.
They got a starry night over there.
Play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense.
But he sees boots so much it scared me.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, it's so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Running back searching for a hole. They'll give him maybe one on the play. It's down to the 20.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last one.
Dropping back, it's Owens.
Ooh, shoot, right tackle.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
And that's a great job by this defense. You don't care about yards.
Still can block nobody.
Let them drive down the field, so be it. You want to keep touchdowns off the board, and they might have just done that with a sack right there.
And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. This one will be a 45-yard attempt, and he'll kick it from the left side. The official says
oh, man.
After the miss, no
I thought the left mile power, I didn't have to get it as high on the kick power.
Has it again, and here comes the offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Now facing a 2nd and 10 from the 28 after that last incompletion.
Give me that. Oh, come on, man.
Not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to
I was spamming triangle too.
Well, the offense is trying to get a big-time playmaker the ball out in space quickly with the wide receiver screen, but the defense is having none of it.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Trying to get to it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop. 3rd down, fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. They've got it again on offense. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a high level.
2nd down coming up. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Scanning the field, it's Owens.
Ooh.
Quickly complete. And he picks up the 1st down, but he will
that down, hoping I could get there.
After that hit.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Movement here from the tight end. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
They're trying to get to it. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
Left to right.
This feels like 4 down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dialed up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
Find it. Check, make sure.
They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's incomplete, and the defense holds.
That is just a play you have got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. 4th down, you you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw,
I don't know what's
whether
going
it's
on with
off
him
of
right
your
now.
body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play, and you've got to make the play for your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive, and he's not able to come up with it.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. As the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Quick pass on the jet motion. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
Oh, shoot, I just realized it was 3rd and 1.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. The Sooners have a 1st down.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense, because 3rd down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Running back goes in motion. Going up top on 1st down. Got his man. Across the 25, he's got room. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7.
All right, Livingstone.
Back to pass, it's Owens. Finds the tight end. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. They'll try to power their way ahead. And the Longhorns have enough for the 1st down.
100 inches, everybody knows what's coming, but it's so dang hard to stop it. You better get penetration with that defensive line. They didn't do a good enough job. Running back falls forward and does his job.
The Longhorns will have it 1st and 10. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Crosses to 40. All kinds of running room. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down. The Longhorns are on the move. From the shotgun, the inside give. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I love this
Humming.
linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
Wants to throw on second down. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
A 3rd and long coming up here. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Safe completion on the screen. Open space at the 25. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
And what a play call. You can feel maybe a little bit of aggressiveness, this defensive line flying upfield. What do? Throw a screen right behind it, get it to your running back, let him do the rest, chew up some yardage, and make the big play for the offense.
Got it. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Got his man quickly. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Missouri is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Florida. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Looking to move it through the air. He tosses one high and deep down the left side.
What? That's why I don't like switching.
And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop
That's
him.
why I don't like switching.
Touchdown Sooner.
I knew I had that
This
one.
offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive.
Ran underneath. That was a heck of a pass, though. I don't think I could have got to it. I don't think the computer would have got to it.
And that's why they're a top 10 offense.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
I was watching the
He'll
crosses.
call for the fair catch here. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of bounce, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Colin.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
After that last completion, it's 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Owens. He looks that one in nicely. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And I say that receivers got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Cross fast, just in case.
He's going to pass. Going deep. And he'll pull it in inside the 20. And he ran away from the
Hits him.
defense to take it in.
And then
Touchdown,
go on, come up, buddy. Go on, run that cover too. Go on, run that underneath.
They have on the perimeter of the field, and you're seeing they go to these guys early, and they try to give them opportunities in one-on-one situations and vertically down the field. 2 passing touchdowns now early for this offense.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle.
Haven't checked his squad out. Let me see. Because that dude got free a while ago, so. Oh, yeah, he got a track team. This dude, 90 HP. Okay. Let me double check mine. Okay, I thought not Johnson was there. Why is he negative all that? That's why it didn't make sense. I was confused at how in the world he got the what's called it.
And they stop him at
Got
the
free
21.
that last time.
Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike score. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays on me.
I'm trying to throw the wide receiver screen and pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
And here comes the offense on second down. To the air, it's Dickey. He's moving out of the pocket, trying to make magic with his feet.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back, he's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys too, so good luck stopping me.
This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's third and short.
Give me that.
It out fast.
Come on, man. I'm there.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game
That's ridiculous.
is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
He's going to pass on 2nd down.
Oh, a slip
A
screen.
little screen to the running back. And they knocked him down, but he got past the
Thought he
line of the
went on
game.
the block.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
To the air on 1st down. Got it behind the line. It's Ali. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half.
I woke up feeling the cheesiest, coach.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. They keep attacking through the air. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Still on his feet at the 45.
Instant rollout.
He's run out of
Instant
bounds. Big
rollout.
play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
Man, that's so frustrating. And it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
The run to the left. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
That's a really good stop on the defense, Jesse. They need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
Got it in the middle. It's locked. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those 1st downs, get those big chunks.
And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs, just run positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Looking to pass. It's Sticky. Getting some heat. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the 1st half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
12th play of the drive coming up, but they've got a long way to go here on 3rd down. He'll pull it down. Kept it, got enough space.
Where in the world was my linebacker? I sent him thinking he was going to get covered.
Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half.
Right.
Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. A 1st down run on the doorstep. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown!
Couldn't get switched up. I was on the corner. Knew RPO was coming up.
That's exactly what you want
So
from
he
your
ran
offense.
about
Late
12
in
of
the
them.
half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution in the drive by that offense.
Get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. Fair catch, called for and made. They'll be able to snap it one more time. Let's see how aggressive they are on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. He'll take the deep shot. The pass is incomplete.
Oh, better pass, Owen. You got dots.
Kicks remaining on the clock.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
Coming after it. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the 1st half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Sooners will kick it away to start the 2nd half. not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here comes the Texas offense. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
They'll give it to the back. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw, it's Owens. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
And those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
Quickly complete. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown.
I wasn't going to throw that one because he was actually in pretty good coverage. But
some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm. What better way than converting on third down? Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
I ain't even going.
And they couldn't hold.
I saw this D tackle right there. I wasn't even going to test my luck.
And listen, the quarterback drops
Get a
back.
throw out of a sack.
Progressions, we see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This
That joke
defensive
is
line,
ridiculous right
this
there.
pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
That offense having to deal with the
sorry,
last
buddy.
thing you want
Had
on
you
first
eat that
down,
one.
giving up a sack as they come up to the line on second down. Shoots it to the left.
Shoot, that's a bad one.
He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Well, I know that one fell
Circle
incomplete, but
running
what a
through.
day this guy's had
God
throwing
damn.
the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this
18.
offense on schedule.
Shoot, what hashing on? That was a terrible read.
They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40.
Throw it all the way.
Looking downfield, it's Owens. Feeling some heat. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it. And it'll
Bruh, that was there.
And that's a play on third down. This offense just has to do a
God,
better
dog.
job protecting their quarterback, give them a split second more time. To
Oh, I
complete
missed
that
the
throw.
streak. The streak was wide open on the left.
Gets the first one of the day off and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times.
Oh, man. I created a dagger and didn't even read the freaking triangle. He was gone. God, dog. I ain't reading good today, I'll tell you that.
Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. If you like old-fashioned, grinded up, run over them football,
Couldn't even
that
move.
last touchdown drive was
Is that
for you,
RPO?
Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running
That's
by these
weird.
ball carriers.
And now you
My
wonder
first
how
step,
the
they didn't let me
defense
move.
responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something.
All right, defense, let's go and get one here.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Gets it out quickly. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
Really nice job threading the needle on that pass. They got a lot of dudes that were able to do that in Norman, Oklahoma. Josh Heupel, Jason White, Sam Bradford, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts. The names go on and on and on. hurting you in the passing game with their vision, with their accuracy. This guy, I tell you, he fits right in this Oklahoma offense.
Oh, shoot.
Quarterback adapted. And he tries to get away, but he cannot. He's taken down. He'll lose a couple. The number one job is to protect their quarterback, and they did not.
They did not. But my number one job as a defensive lineman is to attack your quarterback and get him on the ground just like this, get in the sack, rattle this guy as much as you can, as many hits as possible on these quarterbacks.
They gave up the sack on first down. Now it's 2nd and 11. Wants to throw. It's Dickey. Grabs it in the middle.
Oh, come on, fellas.
One tackle on the way
Ain't
to
getting
a
that
solid
much.
pickup there.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
As they come to the line on 3rd and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. The Sooners send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away.
Oh, shoot, I wasn't even watching.
Not able to
Looking
pump
at the
the big
replay.
return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a...
And the pass hits, picked off.
Bruh.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots.
He was running with the corner. I mean, with the wide out. I just knew he had him. Tried to throw it down. That joker flipped his hips nice.
Set on 1st down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Yeah, I'm reading horribly today.
But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Caught in the backfield, it's Ali. Finds a crease at the 20. Big gain on that one as he stepped out.
I'm getting some delay or something. Because he jumped way too late.
Post routes to get great stats. No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
The Sooners have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Wide out in motion. They're going to give it to the wide receiver on 1st and goal. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
But when you're backed up on the goal line like this, you've got to play quick with your eyes. You've got to be able to react to where the football is. It's not easy to do on these jet sweeps, but the defense did it there.
It's complete. And he wanted to score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
And they've been able to get within 2 yards. Now will they try to throw it in for the score? And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown Sooner. And oh man, there's some burnt orange getting nervous in here thinking of the 2000 to 2003 blowouts, David.
And Reese, I know that, but man, it always feels like this game gets competitive in the end. And it's getting later, and it looks like Oklahoma's up big, Jesse, but I just wouldn't turn it off yet.
No, and if you're Texas, you just got to keep your composure, right? And it's hard to do because you've been looking at this game and circled this game on your calendar all year long. It feels like it's getting away from you. Don't hit the panic button right now.
So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Grabbed behind the line, it's Gibson. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
DBs will try to keep everything in front. Back to pass, it's Owens. Makes the grab. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Third down play from the gun. He finds his man. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
They'll throw it on first down. Snagged in the middle, it's Butler. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. Oklahoma 28, Texas 14.
The Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. He wants to throw it again. Pulls it in. It's Gibson. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game.
Shoot,
but I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, double the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. The give to the back. They get him after he picked up 5 and got him inside the red zone down to the 16.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there, the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you look up and you might break one of those after you got them a little bit tired.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
A little tight.
To the air, it's Owens. Pressure coming. And down goes the quarterback. There are penalty flags down, but it looks as if this might be on the offense. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Fast motion from the offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down.
Okay.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Trying play action. Gonna let it fly. Grabs it inside the 10. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
And the Longhorns will try to punch it in on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
They blocking
The
nobody.
defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The play action fake. He got it. They will score. Touchdown, Longhorn. They got the score they needed, but this isn't over.
No, don't call it a comeback yet. The first part, step one accomplished. This offense obviously still has work to do, but the defense has to go out and get a stop and get him the ball back.
Lining up to add another. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Buffalo is in trouble. Check that. They're in a world of trouble. May want to head out early and grab a table at the Anchor Bar. They're trailing by 19 to Kent State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Line getting set on second down. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Looking for a man. It's Dickey. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he pulls it in at the 15.
This time I didn't switch because I'm like, he got him. Ain't no way he can get away
That's
from
a
there.
beautiful pass and catch. I love
Look at
the
this
job the
mess.
quarterback does.
He doesn't even
manipulating
try.
the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety,
ridiculous.
and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
I forgot. I was wondering why they didn't line up right.
This offense not only has a chance to extend the lead, but they can also drain that clock. Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
Well, he's had the hot hand, 3 TDs in the game already. I like just force-feeding this guy the rock some more here, Bob.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They've been the more physical team. He does a really good job finding the end zone, running the football. That's why they've featured him today.
Wide receiver shows motion. Trying to punch it in. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
If they can get it into the end zone here, they can really turn up the heat in this one. 3rd and goal. Motion from the offense. Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal.
Freaking slip.
Get it out on the screen. Touchdown,
Freaking slip.
Oklahoma! And they take it in for 6 more points. They extend this 4th quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You've got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Right down the middle. Makes the grab. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Catch in the middle. It's Butler. And it's a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 44.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it 1 play at a time.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Owens. Looking for a huge play. He caught it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Texas. Well, how about that? And after that touchdown, we might have a finish after all, Jesse.
I love it, Reese. And this team is not quitting. Yeah, they're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're clawing, they're scratching their way back in this game. They're going to keep going hard until this clock reads all 0.
Lining up for the PAT. They tack on the extra point, and they're down a touchdown, 35-28. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the scoring play coming on a 56-yard touchdown pass. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Oklahoma offense will go back to work. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to put on.
8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. Using the quick game, and they pick up just a few on that completion.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Finds his tight end. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a 1st down on the play.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
1st down here with time for maybe 1 more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a 1-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. They go right back to it.
Come on.
Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now third down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock. But the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Sooners will call on their punt team.
Come on, Butler, give us one.
Running it back, it's Butler.
I know it's going to be drop coverages, so I'm going to try to just get some movement
and here
underneath.
Comes the Texas offense back on the field. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position, too, Reese. Don't let the moment get too big. Play.
And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
And man, it can be dangerous when quarterbacks get outside the pocket. They can stress
I
your defense
hesitated
so bad.
because he
You better
had
chase
underneath.
them. You got to keep running as hard as you can and try to get to him before he can throw that football, and especially square those shoulders up. Nice job by the defense continuing to pursue, even though he got outside the pocket.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. All wideouts, no backs. Dropping back, it's Owens. Wide open downfield. Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over
Was
the
the
field
clock
that can
running
make
or
plays. He
something?
was a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels.
Oh, on the sack. God dang it. That's on me.
They want to throw it. Pocket starts to collapse. Grab near the marker. It's Gibson. He's run out of bounds,
damn it,
but not
that's on me.
before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the
I let the
sticks
clock
for
just sit
first
there and
down.
tick down after that
He
sack.
knew exactly what they
Thinking
needed
in
there.
my mind,
Made
I
the
threw it
play,
away,
got out of
so-
bounds to stop the clock.
And you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. Fourth quarter, need a score. Great execution.
They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out. And the offense will maintain possession. Son, that ball must be riveted to your ribcage. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And that one is picked off in the end zone. This rivalry is always full of
Bad clock
passion. It
management
brings
at the
out the
end,
best
though.
in both teams, but today Oklahoma
I did not
a
realize
little bit
the clock
better,
was on.
David.
Yeah, and it's hard to handle all the hype of the Red River.
Taking my
rivalry.
sweet little
Oklahoma
time.
did an unbelievable job coming
2
out the
holding
gates,
penalties, though, on the last drive.
putting
Come
hook
on,
'em
man.
horns where they belong, behind OU.
Yeah, you know, and this is a game
That's
that
what killed
not
it
just
right there.
these players, but I think fans of college
man,
football in general circle at
this
the start of the
RPO
year
mean that
every single season. The Red River rivalry is just
Should have had
special
3 or
because
4
of the
now.
tradition and history these two schools bring, but it's all about Oklahoma
Interception,
today.
26-36,
Boomer, Sooner, and
72%.
bragging
Not
rights
great.
for
Not
another
great.
whole
Not
year.
great.
To the
We
victor,
didn't push the ball
spoils.
much. Should have ran
Spoils
it
in
more.
this one, the Golden had an Oklahoma
Decent
will
distribution,
be
but Jesus
wearing it.
Christ.
That's it for the latest
That's
edition of
way
the
too
Red
many
River rivalry. For David
catches.
Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and our entire team.
Gave up 3
I'm Rich
sacks.
Davis saying goodbye and so long. That'll do it for this edition of EA Sports College Football.
Tackles is crazy work. 6 for a loss. 2 sacks. 1 interception. Should have had some more, though. Got 1 pass deflection. No defensive tutties. Man, I didn't realize my freaking squad, bro. I had, man, I had a loss to Iowa State. Ain't no way I make the playoffs this season. Messed me up right there. I don't know why I thought Taco was Oklahoma State, but he's Oklahoma. All right, so Oklahoma State next. Then I don't know who Houston is. Oh, Monk way down there. No, Monk ain't on there. Monk was A&M in a different league. All right, catch y'all.